All right, thank you, Andrew. A massive manhunt is underway right now in Minnesota as authorities try to track down the man accused of targeting two state lawmakers there. Investigators say the suspect killed one lawmaker and her husband and wounded another lawmaker and his wife. CBS News Philadelphia's Dan Snyder is with us tonight and brings us the latest. Dan.
Well, good evening, Aziza. Investigators say the suspect in this shooting dressed as a law enforcement officer before killing one state rep and her husband and shooting another lawmaker. It's the latest act of political violence that has drawn outrage across the nation and here at home.
A manhunt in Minnesota tonight after authorities say a man shot and killed Minnesota Democratic lawmaker Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark in their Brooklyn Park home.
Today we are asking for the public's help at this point in time in locating Vance Luther Boelter.
My good friend and colleague, Speaker Melissa Hortman, and her husband Mark were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination.
Boelter is also accused of shooting Democratic State Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette at their home about 8 miles away. Authorities say Boelter posed as a law enforcement officer to gain entry.
They were wearing a vest with taser, other equipment that would, a badge very similar to mine, that no question if they were in this room, you would assume that they are a police officer.
It's the latest in a string of acts of political violence that have rocked the nation, some of which have hit home in Pennsylvania. Last July, then-candidate Donald Trump survived an assassination attempt in Butler, PA. And in April, a man is accused of setting fire to the governor's residence in Harrisburg while Governor Josh Shapiro and his family slept inside. Shapiro released a statement this afternoon on the Minnesota shooting, calling on leaders to, quote, speak and act with the moral clarity this moment demands, while calling political violence unacceptable. Two local state reps, House Speaker Joanna McClinton and Leanne Kruger of Delaware County, say they both knew Hortman. In a statement, McClinton said she was heartbroken by the news and that, quote, no one should fear violence in their community, whether they are children going to school or public servants doing their jobs. Back in Minnesota, authorities say officers encountered Boelter outside Hortman's home. He opened fire and got away. He's described as 6'1", 220 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes.
Do not approach him. You should consider him armed and dangerous.
Now, President Trump said this afternoon he has been briefed on the shooting and said, quote, such horrific violence will not be tolerated in the United States of America. Police say a search of the suspect car turned up a list of more than 50 people, including lawmakers from Minnesota and beyond, that officials say were other potential targets. Aziza.
All right. Thank you, Dan.